how that unfolded?
I mean, I'm shaking my head because I told him before the play, I said, I'm going to throw it to you so we can get in field goal range. And he's underhand shoveled it across the entire field. So, I mean, it's like I'm talking to like Sterling. So that's Travis, man. He just weighs us. He's a special.
The game itself, but were you cognizant in some way of how the fans were responding?
100%. I was trying not to be. I really wanted to focus on the game and then look after and maybe get like a scoreboard kind of shot of it. And they gave us a couple of those, but like you could feel that stuff was going good. And there was kind of a lull there, kind of I think towards the end of the game. And I was like, they're not showing it.
When I think about the anticipation heading into this season, the first thing that comes to mind is just how grateful I am to still be doing what I love. Football has been a part of my life for so long, but every single year when training camp ends and that first real game is on the horizon, I get this wave of excitement that feels brand new. It's not nerves in the negative sense. It's more like a surge of energy, a reminder of how fortunate I am to play this game at the highest level with teammates who are just as hungry as I am. We put in the work all offseason through the heat, through the grind of OTAs, through training camp, and now it's time to go out there, cut loose, and just have fun playing the sport that's defined so much of my life. There's no better feeling than stepping onto that field, hearing the roar of the crowd, and knowing you get another opportunity to prove yourself. This offseason felt different in the best possible way. We have such a strong mix of guys on the roster. Veterans who have been through the wars, who know what it takes to get to a Super Bowl and win it. Young veterans who are still fresh but already battle-tested. And then the rookies and younger players who were eager to make their mark and bring all that raw energy to the locker room. It's a balance every team dreams of: experience, leadership, athleticism, and hunger, all in one room. I've seen what that combination can do. I've been in locker rooms where the pieces didn't quite fit, and I've been in locker rooms where everything clicked. This feels like one of those years where everything could click if we hold ourselves to the standard we've built over time. The offensive line is a huge part of that. If you watched our preseason, you probably noticed just how sharp they looked, especially in that third game. The protection was clean, and that gave me confidence to open up the playbook and test all three levels of our offense. That group has been grinding every single day, meeting together, studying film, working on communication, building chemistry, and you can see the results. They're not perfect, and they know that, but they're eager to take on challenges like Khalil Mack and one of the best defensive lines in the league. Facing the Chargers right out of the gate is a measuring stick for us, and I know those guys in front of me are ready to showcase exactly who they are. I trust them with my protection, but even more than that, I trust them with our offense's identity. I think about this being my 8th year as a starting quarterback, and it's surreal. Time moves fast in the NFL. One year, you're just happy to make the roster and prove you belong, and then suddenly people start talking about legacies, eras, and dynasties. But for me, it's always been about staying present. What stands out about this year compared to others is the way we went about our business in the offseason. From OTAs to camp, I could feel the intentionality in everything. Guys weren't just showing up to get through drills, they showed up to set a tone. We wanted to build chemistry early so that when the real game started, we weren't searching for answers. And I think that's why I feel so confident about this group. On a personal level, having a full, healthy offseason made all the difference. No lingering injuries, nothing that slowed me down. I got to really push my body, work on strength, flexibility, and stamina, and then take that energy into building timing with my receivers. That's huge because timing is everything in this league. The fact that we have so much continuity, Xavier, Rashi, Hollywood, the tight ends, guys I've thrown to over and over again, means that we can skip some of the basic steps and dive into fine-tuning. It's not about learning where they'll be on a route, it's about adjusting a split second faster, reading a defense the same way, and reacting in sync. When you get to that level of connection, that's when special plays happen. As soon as the preseason wrapped, my mind flipped immediately to the Chargers. That's just how I operate. Our coaches had already been putting pieces of the game plan together, so I was able to dive straight into film. The Chargers are always a tough opponent. They've got speed, depth, and discipline at every level of their defense. It's not just about stopping their front. Their secondary can disguise looks and force you into tough decisions. I respect the way they're coached, and I know they'll come in with a mentality to make us uncomfortable. That's the challenge I embrace. Can we stay true to our identity, execute with discipline, and not fall into the traps they set? That's the kind of chess match that makes this league so competitive and so much fun. Having played them multiple times last year, plus watching film in preparation for a potential playoff matchup, I already have a good sense of their tendencies. But the NFL is about adjustments. They know us, we know them, and now it's about who can execute better when the game is on the line. You can't assume last year's tape will save you. You've got to adapt on the fly. That's why I love football. It's physical, but it's also mental. It's about processing information quickly, trusting your reads, and then delivering with confidence. And then there's the added twist this year, opening the season in Brazil. Honestly, I can't even describe how excited I am for that. Football has given me the chance to play in some incredible places, but the idea of taking the game to Brazil, where the passion for sports is unmatched, feels historic. I know the fan base there is excited because you can feel the energy all the way from Kansas City. We're not just playing a football game, we're helping grow the sport on a global level, and that's something I take a lot of pride in. Wearing that Chiefs logo on another continent, knowing people are watching who may be seeing their very first NFL game, that's special. Of course, there's the reality of the travel, the body clock adjustments, and the logistics. It's a long trip, and we'll have to manage that. But honestly, that's part of the job. It's about being a professional, preparing your body, getting your rest, and still showing up ready to perform. Once the game starts, all of that fades away. The crowd, the noise, the atmosphere, it all locks in to just football between the lines. When I step back and look at everything, the roster we have, the work we've put in, the challenges we're about to face, I feel a mix of gratitude and determination. I've said it before, every year is different. Every team has its own personality, but what never changes is the standard. For us, that means competing for championships. It doesn't mean we're entitled to them, but it means we're committed to putting in the work to earn them. That's the mentality I carry into this season, and that's the message I want to set for my teammates. Have fun, stay hungry, and never forget why we started playing this game in the first place.